Jean Stothert is on the phone to bring us the very latest from the mayor's office. Mayor Stothert, thanks so much for joining us.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. So tell me, what are you hearing from your roads crews this morning?
I'm hearing things are going really well. Those areas that we've doubled up on, which were the major streets with high traffic volume and hills that have been identified for extra attention and additional resources, with the extra plows that we have reallocated from the city's construction division and then also the Parks Department. Those areas that we've identified are getting plowed about every 20 to 30 minutes. Some other areas, major areas in town, are being plowed now every 45 minutes to an hour. So things are going very well. Of course, the light traffic really does help. There's nothing worse than a snowstorm in rush hour like happened the last snowstorm, but because so many people stayed home, those plows are able to get out there, move fast, and get up and down those majors really, really quickly. The residential areas now are being plowed too. They will be working for the next 24 hours getting the residential areas cleared. The snow is real heavy and wet, though, and they are having some problems with the snow kind of balling up with the plows, but they are still getting it cleared. Biggest problem we're having right now is with the traffic signals also because of the wind. We had 22 intersections that the traffic signals were out. We fixed 3 of those so far. We want to remind people to treat that as a 4-way. But it's important to know that once the power is turned back on, the Public Works Department has to physically go out there and turn them back on and reset them. So that may take a little while, so we tell people to be very cautious around those areas that the power is out and the traffic lights are not working. But things seem to going very, very well. I have my hotline. They were working since 7 a.m. this morning, and the calls are very light as far as problem areas go.
And Mayor, thank you so much for bringing that up. I was going to ask you, what kind of feedback are you getting on your hotline this morning?
Very good. It's very positive. I mean, we have not had many calls of areas that need extra attention or questions, mostly about the traffic signals being out. People are calling us saying that they see plows, they see multiple plows. And so what's important is, again, we have been using that same plan that we had, our snow removal plan, since about 2008.
Sure.
But it's important to know that we can modify it, and we will. And we can modify it during an event if things change. And so we're always looking at ways that we can communicate better, collaborate together, and that's what's really important, that all these entities that are working together, fire, police, public works, planning, emergency management, we all have to be working together to make it as smooth as possible, and we are doing that. And we learn a lot with each snowstorm. Hopefully that this one we're delivering a lot better service, and then we will continue with the next snow events because we don't know when that will be. So things are going well. We've made a lot of changes internally about communication.
Sure.
And actually our Public Works Department is monitoring today the chatter on the police radios so they can actually hear if a police officer that's out in traffic has a problem. They can actually hear what's going on before they even call it in. So that is something that we're doing differently this time, but it's working well, and hopefully we will be able to continue that in the future.
That was my next question, Mayor, was we made a lot of modifications for this snowstorm. Are those modifications, pardon the pun, are those going to stick for us?
We can. I mean, again, every snowstorm is different, and it also makes a big difference when it occurs. I tell you, there's not a mayor in the country that doesn't dread a snowstorm during rush hour because there's such heavy traffic and the plows can't get through. So the important thing is we will modify our snow plan depending on the event, when it happens, what time of day, how much the snow is falling. But we have found that what we're doing now, reallocating those extra snow plows off the secondaries and the residentials onto the majors, are making a big difference. So right now we have on the majors about 30% more than we normally do because we've moved them from other areas. Now the other areas are getting a little bit slower as far as their plowing, but the main thing is we can modify during the event, and then we will get it all done. The key is to make sure that people can get out, move around, and do so safely. And so we're all working together. The communication has been good today, and things are going very, very well.
On the phone, Omaha Mayor Jean Stothert. Mayor Stothert, before I go, one last thought. What do you want the people of Omaha to know this morning?
Well, first of all, we're glad that everybody is the businesses and the schools and everybody has taken the side of caution, and people are staying home. But we just do want people to know that their safety is first and foremost. That's what we're trying to achieve, and every storm is different, but we will modify and we will try to improve on every storm we have. We're listening to people, we're listening to what their concerns are, and hopefully from now on we will only get better.
All right. Omaha Mayor Jean Stothert, thanks so much for making time to give us a call. We certainly appreciate it.
You bet.
All right.